Scooney 007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch.
Play ball!
In today's game, before we get to today's game, let's take a look at the standings to see where everyone is in the league so far up until today, up until April 10th. Right now, the Phillies and the Mets tied at the lead for first. The Mets actually are in first with a five wins, 2 losses, 3-game winning streak, a win percentage of a 7.14. Phillies not far behind. They have a 6-3 record, 6.667 win percentage. Followed in third place in the NL East by the Braves at 5-4 with a game back. The Marlins are 4-4. They're a game and a half out. And the Nationals down there in the bottom with 2-7, 4 games out. In the National League Central, the Cubs are in first, followed by a tie behind that between the Cardinals and the Brewers, both with 2.5 games out. Tied at 5 wins and 4 losses apiece, followed then by the Reds at 5-5. They are 3 games out. The Astros and Pirates are tied at 5 games out. Astros are 3-7, and the Pirates are 2-6. Astros 3-7, they have a 300 win percent rating, and the Pirates have a 250 win percent rating, so they are in the bottom of the National League Central. In the National League West, the Padres are in first, followed by the Dodgers, half a game back at 6-3. The Diamondbacks, a game and a half out. Behind them, they are 5-4. The Rockies follow closely behind. They're 3.5 games out. They have a 3-6 record. And the Giants, 1-8. They are 5.5 games out of first. Taking a look at the American League. In first place in the AL East, it is the Tampa Bay Rays at 5-3, followed by the Baltimore Orioles, who sit a half a game out of first at 4-3. Tied for behind that is the Red Sox and the Yankees at a game and a half, both sitting at 4-5. And 2 games out, the Toronto Blue Jays, 3-5, 2 games out of first in the AL East. In the AL Central, it is the Detroit Tigers at 5-3, sitting at top of the AL Central. The Cleveland Indians a game and a half out of first at 4-3. Royals and White Sox tied at 3 wins, 5 losses. They are sitting at 2 games out of first. And in the bottom there is the Minnesota Twins at 3.5 games. They are 2-7. And then in the AL West, it is the Texas Rangers at the top at 5-2, followed by the Los Angeles Angels at 7-3. The Athletics not far behind at 6-3. So we have a 3-way tie between the Rangers, the Angels, and the A's. And the Mariners will round out the bottom there of the AL West at 4-5. Athletics are 6-3. The Angels are 7-3. And the Rangers are 5-2. And the Mariners are 2 games out. So that's the way things shape up right now in the standings, the teams. But the game we're worried about today, it's going to be between the Philadelphia Fightin' Phils and their rivals from Flushing, the New York Mets. This is game 3 of a 3-game series between these two, between the division rivalries of the Phillies and the Mets. We're at Shea Stadium. Phillies coming in this game at 6-3, and the Mets are 5-2 in the standings. And with that, let's take a look at the lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies. Leading off, the center fielder, Shane Victorino. Batting second, the shortstop, Eric Barlett. Batting third, the second baseman, Chase Utley. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Ryan Howard. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Pat Brill. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Jeff Jenkins. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Pedro Feliz. Batting eighth, the catcher, Chris Coste. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Adam Eaton. On the mound for the Mets, it is John Maine. Went no wins, no losses, no ERA. Went 7 innings, allowed 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, no walks. We're here at Shea Stadium, which gives a +2 to walks. And with that, we are ready to start this game. Shane Victorino steps up. He's batting a .265. Here's the first pitch. 4-1. That's going to be a walk. That's a 10. That's a 9. And they walk Shane Victorino.
Outside. Base on ball.
So we lead off with a walk here in the top of the first. And that's going to bring up Eric Barlett. Infield coming to double play depth. Strategy rolls a 10. The Phillies holding off on that. Barlett batting a .375. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 1-5. That's going to be a blank. 4-4. And that's going to be a single past Reyes. And with that, Shane Victorino will get the hold sign. He will advance to third. From first to third on a 5 through 6. His base run rating is a 4. That is going to bring up Chase Utley. Utley is batting a .237. Strategy roll 5. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. 2-5. Double star. Fly ball out there to Church.
You're out.
And that is out number 1. But that is going to advance Shane Victorino to third. And the Phillies now have runners on the corners here in the top of the first. And strategy rolls a 20. That's going to be a pickoff attempt. John Maine doesn't do any balks, pickoff, or pickoff errors, but I'll show that all for the purposes of showing that off. Ryan Howard batting a .270. Here's the pitch with runners on the corners. Infield normal depth 4-6. Strikeout plus, that's a 25. That's a 16. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
2 away, and that's going to bring up Pat Brill. Brill batting a .333. Strategy rolls an 11. Here's the pitch. 1-4. That's going to be a strike. That's a 12. That's a 2. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Struck him out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the New York Mets. Leading off, the shortstop, Jose Reyes. Batting second, the left fielder, Angel Pagan. Batting third, the third baseman, David Wright. Batting fourth, the center in the cleanup position, the center fielder, Carlos Beltrán. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Carlos Dilago. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Ryan Church. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Damon Easley. Batting eighth, the catcher, Brian Schneider. And batting ninth, the pitcher, John Maine. On the mound for the Phillies, it is Adam Eaton, who comes into the game with an ERA of a .540. 5 innings pitched, allowed 9 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And here's the pitch to Jose Reyes. batting a .333. 3-1 range play at Shea Stadium. 5-2. Fly ball out there to Jenkins.
Looped in the air to shallow right. He's coming on.
Jenkins' range is a 1-3. That's a 3. And he makes the play.
An outstanding play.
And that's one away, and that's going to bring up Angel Pagan. Pagan batting a .250. Here's the pitch. 3-4 at the ballpark. 1-5. Fly ball out there to Victorino.
Out!
And that is 2 outs, and that's going to bring up David Wright. Wright batting a .267. Here's the pitch. 5-4, strike 9, 13 too high. 3-5, and that's going to be a ground ball to Phillies.
Out!
And that retires the side as the Phillies retire the Mets in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, we're scoreless. We go to the top of the second. It's going to be Jeff Jenkins, Pedro Feliz, and Chris Coste due up for the Phillies. Jeff Jenkins batting a .185. Here's the pitch. 6-1. Strikeout plus. That's a 22. That's a 10. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Pedro Feliz is up. He's batting a .200. Here's the pitch. 3-2. Blank. 2-6 ground ball to right.
You're out.
Oh, out number 2. Chris Coste batting a .500. Here's the pitch. 3-6. Strikeout plus. That's a 19. That's a 6. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Mets retire the Phillies in order. We go to the bottom of the second, sorry. It's going to be Carlos Beltre, Carlos Dilago, and Ryan Church due up for the Mets. Carlos Beltre batting a .231. Here's the pitch. 2-2, strike 8. The 20 is too high. 3-3, power hit to Brill. That's going to be a 2. That's going to be a base hit. And with that, Carlos Beltre will get on with a base hit. Strategy roll 12, infield at double play depth as Carlos Dilago will come up. He's batting a .231. Here's the pitch. 3-5. That's a blank. 4-3, and that is going to be a ground ball to Utley. Utley will, well, that's going to go to Barlett. Barlett will toss it over to Utley, and Utley will toss that over to Howard, and that is a 6-4-3 double play.
Double play.
Ryan Church is up. He's batting a .333, 2 outs, double play. Church, here's the pitch. 5-5, strikeout. That's a 12. That's a 9. Struck him out.
He struck him out.
So no runs, 1
Have
hit.
you picked your designated driver for this evening? Please remember to drink responsibly.
No runs, 1 hit, and no errors as the Phillies retire the Mets, and none left on. We go to the top of the, after 2, we're tied at 0. We go to the top of the 3rd, and it's going to be Adam Eaton, Shane Victorino, and Eric Barlett due up for the Phillies. All right, here's the pitch to Adam Eaton. Eaton, this is going to be his first time at bat. Well, he's had 2 at-bats already in 2 games. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-3. That's going to be a wild pitch. We're going to re-roll that. And that's going to be 3-6. That's going to be a strikeout plus. That's a 20. That's a 10. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
We go to the top of the order. It's Shane Victorino. He's walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. 2-3, blank. Actually, no, that's a strikeout. 7, the 15 is too high. 6-3, and that's going to be a line drive to Reyes.
Out.
Out number 2, sorry. Eric Barlett up. Barlett is 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. 2-5. That's going to be another walk again. That's a 10. That's a 4. And they walk him.
Walks, and that wasn't close.
And that's going to bring up Chase Utley. Utley is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll is an 8. Phillies are going to hold off. 2-2, wild pitch. That's going to be a 13. That's going to be a passed ball. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're going to re-roll the die. Two, 1, error on a ground ball. And that's going to be 4-4. That's going to be a base hit past Pagan. Error rating is a 0. That's going to be a 3. No error there on the error check. And with that, Barlett will advance to third. And once again, the Phillies will have runners on the corners. The reason he advances, he has a base run rating of a 2. The die is a 2. The roll is a 2. And if the roll is less than or equal to, he will advance on the roll. So the Phillies have runners on the corners, and that's going to bring up the cleanup man, Ryan Howard. Howard, 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. Strategy roll is a 17. 4-6, strikeout plus, that's a 25. That's an 11. Struck him out.
He struck him out.
So the Phillies once again have runners in scoring position, but the Mets close the door. It's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and once again, 2 left on for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the third. It is Diamond Easily, Brian Schneider, and John Maine due up for the Mets. Diamond Easily batting a 250. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-2. That's going to be a blank. 6-6. Line drive to Barlett to the shortstop.
You're out.
Out number 1. Brian Schneider up. Schneider is batting a 375. Here's the pitch. 4-3 range play. 1-6. That is going to be a fly ball out there to no, that's going to be a double to Barlett.
Swing and a fly ball left field.
Barlett's range is a 1. That's a 5. That's going to be a double.
That is over his head, and that is out to the fence.
So 1 on with a double, and that's going to bring up John Maine. Maine batting a 333. Strategy rolls an 8. Here's the pitch. 5-2, possible error on a throw. 6-3, fly ball to Victorino.
You're out.
And that is out number 2. Schneider will get the hold sign. The stop sign goes up. 2 outs with a runner on second. We go to the top of the order. Here's Jose Reyes. Reyes 0 for 1. The pitch. Strategy roll is a 7. Mets holding off for 5. That's going to be a walk. That's a 10. That's a 3. And they walk him.
Walk me. Good base on balls.
All right, Angel Pagan is up. Pagan is 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy roll is a 15. The pitch. 5-3 strikeout. That's an 8. That's a 10. The 10 is too high. 2-5 line drive to Barlett.
You're out.
And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to after 3. We're tied at 0. We go to the top of the 4th. It is Pat Brill, Jeff Jenkins, and Pedro Feliz due up for the Phillies. Pat Brill, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The pitch. 6-3, blank. 6-2, double star 5. Fly ball out there to Pagan.
Out.
Out number 1. Jeff Jenkins is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. 3-3. That's going to be a wild pitch. We're going to re-roll the dice. 3-5. Home run. That's a 9. The 16 is too high. 1-5 double star 4. Ground ball to Reyes.
Out.
And that is out number 2. And that's going to bring up Pedro Feliz. Feliz is 0 for 1. The pitch. 4-2 range play. 4-2 power hit to Pagan. That's going to be an 8. That's going to be a base hit.
Swing and a fly ball left field.
Pagan's range is a 3. That's a 2.
Takes the hit away.
And that retires the Phillies in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be David Wright, Carlos Beltre, and Carlos Delago due up for the Mets. David Wright 0 for 1. The pitch. 5-5 strikeout. That's a 9. That's a 9. Struck him out.
The swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Carlos Beltre is up. Beltre is 0 for 1. 5-5 strikeout 8. The 14 is too high. 1-6 double star 5. Ground ball out there to Barlett.
Out.
And that is out number 2. Carlos Delago is 0 for 1. The pitch. 2-4 blank. 3-1. Fly ball out there to Jenkins.
You're out.
And that's a 3 up, 3 down inning as the Phillies retire the Mets in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, we got nothing and like it. We go to the top of the 5th. It's going to be Chris Coste, Adam Eaton, and Shane Victorino due up for the Phillies. Chris Coste 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The pitch. 6-4. That's going to be a question mark. That's going to be a base hit. And Chris Coste is on with a base hit. Strategy rolls 10. Infield at double play depth. Adam Eaton up. Eaton 0 for 1. Struck out his last time up. 3-4. That's a strike. That's a 10. The 13 is too high. 1-2, and that's going to be a double star. Ground ball to Reyes. No double play. That's going to be a force out on Coste.
Out.
And Eaton is on.
Everybody clap your hands.
We go to the top of the order. Here's Shane Victorino. Victorino is 0 for 1 with a walk. Strategy roll is a 7. And here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-4. question mark. Double star and a 1-14. That's an 11. Fly ball out there to Beltray.
Out!
And that is out number 2. Eric Bartlett is up. Bartlett is 1 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch. 6-2, blank. 4-2, double star 1. Fly ball out there to Pagan.
Out!
And that is out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. And 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Ryan Church, Diamond Easily, and Brian Schneider due up for the Phillies. For the Mets. Here's the pitch to Church. Church is 0 for 1. And that is going to be a 5-3. That's a strikeout. That's a 12. The 20 is too high. 3-5. Ground ball to Howard.
Out!
Out number 1. Diamond Easily. 0 for 1. The pitch. 5-1. Home run chance on a 1-19. That's a 5. And that's a 6, and that's a solo home run for Diamond Easily. And that's hit out there to the right field, and it puts the Mets up 1-0. Brian Schneider, the catcher, is 1 for 1 with a double. Here's the pitch. 1-3, blank. 1-2, ground ball to Utley.
Out!
And that is out number 2. That's going to bring up John Main, 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. 2-2, strikeout 24. That's an 18. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Be sure to visit our concession stands.
1 run, 1 hit, no errors. After 5, Mets 1, Phillies nothing. We go to the top of the 6th, and that's going to be Chase Utley, Ryan Howard, and Pat Brill due up for the Phillies. Utley 1 for 2. 4-4 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Shea Stadium. 1-4. That's going to be a double.
He rocks one to right center field. That'll shoot the gap and go to the wall. And one hops the wall.
It's a double for Utley.
Everybody clap your hands.
Ryan Howard is up. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Strategy rolls a 7. 4-6 strikeout plus. That's a 25. That's a 6. Struck him out.
The swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Pat Burrell 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The pitch. Strategy rolls a 19. 1-4 strike 12. The 14 is too high. 6-3. That's going to be a base hit past Reyes. And that will score Utley. Utley will score on a base run rating of a 3-6. That's a 4. And he ties the game up. So the Phillies tie the game up. The go-ahead run now at first. And here comes Jeff Jenkins. Jenkins is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls a 19. 1-4. That's going to be a strike. That's a 12. That's a 1. Struck him out.
The swing and a miss. He struck him out.
And with that, John Main is now tired. Strategy rolls a 6. They are going to leave him in. Pedro Feliz is up. Here's the pitch. Feliz is 0 for 2. 4-1, that's going to be a walk. That's an 11. The 15 is too high. 3-3, base hit, pass easily. And that's going to be a single as Pedro Feliz will come up. Pat Burrell will get the hold sign. He will advance to third, goes from first to third on a 3-6. His base run rating is a 2 and gets the hold sign. Chris Coste up. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Strategy rules a 19. Here's the pitch. Runners on first and second. They are going to leave John in there. 1-2. That's going to be a hit by pitch. And that will load the bases. And with that, they're going to bring up Adam Eaton. John Maine is going to get pulled. They are going to pull Maine. So we have a right switch right coming up. And they're going to bring in Carlos Munoz. Comes into the game with an ERA of a 9.0. Taking a look at his stats here. 9.0. 1 inning pitched, allowed 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. And he's going to come in with the bases loaded. Taking a look at the stats here for Adam Eaton. Eaton went, not Adam Eaton, John Maine went 5 2/3 innings, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch, an ERA of a .71. So we are at the top of the 6th here. They are not going to let Adam Eaton take the hit. So they are going to bring, the Phillies are going to go bringing a pinch hitter, and they're going to bring in Cole Hamels. Hamels, here's the pitch to Hamels. And that's going to be 5-2. That's going to be a range play. 6-3, ground ball to right.
Hard ground ball.
Right's range is a 3. That's a 6. That's going to be a base hit.
Let that ball get by him.
And that loads the bases, and the Phillies take a 1-run lead as we go to the top of the order.
Everybody clap your hands.
Shane Victorino's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. The bases are loaded. Strategy roll 2. 2, 4 at the ballpark. Shea Stadium. 2, 4, ground ball to right.
You're out.
And that retires the side. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. And with that, the Phillies are going to bring in Clay to pitch. Clay, 1 inning pitch, no hits, 1 strikeout, no walks. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. We do go to the bottom of the 6th. He's going to face off against the top of the order. It's Jose Reyes, Angel Pagan, and David Wright. Here's the pitch to Jose Reyes. 3-3, hit by pitch. That's a 0. Clay will give a -2 on that. Taking a look at the stats for Adam. Adam went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk. 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, an ERA of a 3.60 as he leaves the game. So 3-3 is a hit by pitch. 6-5, power hit to Victorino. And that's going to be a 19. And that's going to be a fly ball out.
You're out.
1 away. Angel Pagan comes up. Pagan. 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. 3-6 blank. 5-5 power hit to Victorino. That's a 5. That's going to be a double.
And it's a double.
And Pagan will lead off with, gets on with a double out there past Victorino. David Wright is up. Wright is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Strategy rolls 11, 1 out with a runner on second. 2-6, that's a strike. 19 too high. 2-4, base hit. And that's going to put runners on the corners. Carlos Beltre is up with infield at double play death. Beltre is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. 3-2, home run chance on a 1-15. That's a 5. The 4, that's a 3-run home run by Carlos Beltre. And that puts the Mets up by 2. It's now 4-2 Mets. And that was hit to right field on that. So the Mets now have a 2-run lead over the Phillies here in the bottom of the 6th. Carlos Diago up. Diago, 0 for 2, the pitch. 3-2, home run chance. And that's back-to-back home runs. Solo home run by Carlos Diago.
Swing a long drive. This ball is out of here.
And it's now 2-5, 5-2 Mets. It's a 3-run lead for the Mets as Carlos Diago hits a solo home run. And they're going to bring in, they're going to bring in Les to pitch. Yep, they're going to bring in Les Wallard to pitch. We'll take a look at his card. So, no wins, no loss. 1 win, 1 loss. Has a 6.1 ERA. He's pitched 10 and 1/3 innings, allowed 13 hits, 12 strikeouts, and 5 walks in the actual season. Taking a look at the stats for Clay. Clay went 1/3 of an inning, allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 home runs, 27.69 ERA. So here's the pitch to Ryan Church. Church is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. 2-5, strikeout plus, that's a 23. That's a 13. Struck him out.
He struck him out.
2 away, and that's going to bring up Diamond Easily. Easily 1 for 2, the pitch. 6-6, strike 6, 17 too high. 6-3, ground ball to Bartlett.
Out.
And that retires the side. 4 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Mets. After 6, it's Mets 5, Phillies 2. We go to the top of the 7th. It's Eric Bartlett, Chase Utley, and Ryan Howard due up. Carlos Nunez staying in. Here's the pitch to Eric Barlett. Barlett 1 for 2 on the day. 5-2 range play. 6-6. Ground ball to Reyes.
Hard ground ball up the middle.
Yep, that it is, and welcome in, legends. Thank you for joining us here at Shea Stadium. Still not over yet. The Phillies could come back. We'll see. We'll find out. It is a range play to Reyes. Good to see you, though, legends. Welcome in. Reyes' range is on a 1-3. That's a 2, and he takes the hit away.
Terrific play.
And that's going to bring up Chase Utley. Utley 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Here's the pitch. 1-6 wild pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're going to re-roll the die. 3-2 wild pitch again. 2-1 wild pitch. We found all 3 wild pitches. We're going to re-roll that again. 4-1, strike 8. 15, too high. 1-4, ground ball to Easily.
Out!
Out number 1. Ryan Howard 0 for 3, the pitch. Struck out all 3 times, 3-2, wild pitch. 1-1, that's going to be a walk. That's a 14, that's a 5, and that is going to be a walk for Ryan Howard.
Walk me. Good base on balls.
Howard is on with a base hit with a walk, and that's going to bring up Pat Brill. Brill is 1 for 3 with a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. Strategy rolls a 1. Here's the pitch. 5-4, wild pitch. That's an 8, and that's a wild pitch.
Just a bit outside.
And with that, Howard will go over to second. 1-2, ground ball to Reyes. As we sing, take me out to the ball game. Snow runs, no hits, no errors for the Phillies. Mets shutting that door quickly. 1 left on, though, for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Brian Schneider, Carlos Nunez, and Jose Reyes due up for the Mets. Taking a look at the box score here, Philadelphia scoring the 2 runs in the 6th inning. The Mets coming back in that inning to score 4. And they struck first in the 5th. 5 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Philly, 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors. And historically, the Phillies did lose this game against the Mets. We'll see if they can turn around and actually win this. Here with inside pitch. So Les is going to stay on the mound. Brian Schneider will step up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a double. 2-4, strikeout plus. That's an 18. The 20 is too high. 4-5, double star 3, ground ball to Phillies.
You're out!
Out number 1. Carlos Nunez not going to take the hit. They're going to bring in Robinson Cancel. He's had 2 games on 1 at bat so far in this replay. 3-1, that's going to be a walk. That's at 8. That's a 5. And they walk Robinson.
Walk me. Good base on balls.
So with a runner on first, we go to the top of the order. Here's Jose Reyes, who's 0 for 2. Strategy rolls a 9. Here's the pitch. 5-4. Base hit. base hit, and Robinson will get the hold sign at second. He will only advance to third on a 4 through 6. His base run rating is a 2. And Angel Pagan is up. He's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Strategy rules a 12. And that is going to be 6-4 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Shea Stadium. And that is going to be 5-3. Power hit to Brill. That's going to be a 20. That's going to be a fly ball out. Brill going all the way back to the track.
Out.
Makes the play. That goes out there to Jenkins. Jenkins going all the way to the track. Makes the play. 2 away with 2 on. And that's going to bring up David Wright. Wright 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. 4-1. That's a blank. 1-5. And that's going to be a fly ball out there to Jenkins.
You're out.
And that retires the side. So we go to the 8th inning. And the Mets are going to bring in Sanchez. We'll take a look at his card here. Sanchez will come in. 1 win, no losses. To pitch 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 strikeout, no walks. As we go to the top of the 8th, after 7, it's Mets 5, Phillies 2. It's going to be Jeff Jenkins, Pedro Feliz, and Chris Coste due up for the Phillies. Taking a look at the stats here for Carlos Nunez, he went 1 1/3 innings, allowed 1 hit. No runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, 1 wild pitch, an ERA of a 3.92. Jeff Jenkins, 0 for 3, the pitch. 5-6, possible error. 2-4, ground ball to right. Error rating is an 8, is a 1 through 8, that's a 9. No error there.
You're out.
And 1 away. Pedro Feliz is up, he's 1 for 3, the pitch. 4-2 blank. 3-5, and that's going to be a base hit. And that's a base hit out there to center field, and the Phillies have a runner on first. Chris Coste will come up.
Everybody clap your hands.
Coste is 1 for 2, infield at double play depth. The pitch. 4-5, strikeout plus, that's a 19. That's a 13. Struck him out. Les not taking the hit. They are going to bring in a pinch hitter. And it's Carlos Ruiz will come in to pinch hit in this game. Comes in batting at 250. The pitch. 2 outs with a runner on first. 3-4. Range play. (6-2), and that is going to be a fly ball to Beltre.
Fly ball left center field. Tries to catch it.
Range is a 1-4. That's a 4, and he takes the hit away.
An outstanding play.
So we go to the bottom of the 8th. It is no runs, 1 hit, and no errors for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be Carlos Beltre, Carlos Diago, and Ryan Church due up Phillies are going to bring in CJ. I'm either looking at Scott Erie or CJ Romeo, because it's all left-handers for the Mets. They're going to bring in Scott Erie. That's a look at his card there. Erie will come into the game. No ERA. So he's pitched 4 1/3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Les. Les went 1 2/3 innings, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no ERA. So he's going to have to face off against Beltre, Diago, and Church. Here's the pitch. 3-2, home run chance. That's a 0. Nada. He gets nothing and lakes it. 5-2. And that is going to be a base hit to Victorino. So Shane, with a runner on first, infield at double play depth. Here's Carlos Diago. He's 1 for 3, the pitch. 6-2, that's going to be a walk. 5, the 19 is too high. 3-6, double star 5, fly ball out that Abreu.
Out.
Out number 1. Infield double play, Ryan Church is up. He's 0 for 3, the pitch. 5 strikeout plus. That's a 23. That's a 16. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Struck him out, and it's 2 away with a runner on first, and Diamond easily comes up to the plate. Easily 1 for 3, the pitch. With a home run, a run, and an RBI, 3-2. Home run chance? That's a 0. Nothing happening on that. 5-1, base hit. And with that, the Mets have runners on first and second. Carlos getting the hold sign. That's going to bring up Brian Schneider. Schneider 1 for 3 with a double. Here's the pitch. 2-1. Wild pitch. That's going to be a 2.
Just a bit outside.
And that moves the runners up 90 feet. So the Mets now have a runner in scoring position. 2-4. Ground ball to Howard.
You're out.
And that retires the side.
Remember to get your copy of the souvenir program.
No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. After 8, it's Mets 5, Phillies 3. We go to the top of the 9th. The Mets have a 3-run lead over the Phillies. Will the Phillies be able to come back and win? Or will the Mets hold on and sweep the series and take the lead in the National League East? Taking a look at the box score here, the Phillies scored 2 runs in the 6th. The Mets coming back big with a couple back-to-back home runs in the 6th. 5 runs on 10 hits with no errors. The Phillies 2 runs on 8 hits and no errors. We go to the top of the 9th. Will the Phillies be able to find some of that 9th inning magic? We'll find out. Dan Sanchez is done. They're going to go to Billy Wagner. They're going to go to their closer. So Wagner going to come in to save again. We go to the top of the order. Here's Shane Victorino. Victorino is 0 for 3 on that. And they are going to let him take the hit here. Victorino is 3-1. Blank. 16 outside of the range of the special K. 1-4. And that's a base hit to Beltre. So the Phillies have a runner on, and that's going to bring up Eric Bartlett. Infield going to double play. Bartlett is 1 for 3. The pitch. 4-4. Strikeout plus. That's a 16. The 20 is too high. 19 outside of the range of the Special K. 3-4. Base hit to Church. And with that, the lead runner will advance. We have a 6 on the roll on that. So Victorino will advance to third, and Bartlett is out at second.
Ow!
So 1 out with a runner in scoring position, and that's going to bring up Chase Utley.
Everybody clap your hands.
Utley 2 for 4. The pitch. 1-3 range play. 11 outside of the range of the Special K. 6-6. Single to the first baseman.
Ground ball up the middle.
And it's up the middle. And Diago's range, actually that goes to Wagner. Wagner's range is a 5. That's a 5. That's going to be
An outstanding play.
Are they going to try to score him? Yes, they are. And no, they're not going to get the double play. And that is a ground out with a runner on third. Pitchers are always considered in. And a rating that's a 3, not high enough. And he is out at home. And Utley is on. And all of a sudden, that's going to bring up Ryan Howard. Here's the pitch to Howard. Phillies down to last out. Runner on first. 5-4. Wild pitch. 8-0. 6 outside of the range of the Special K. 2-5. Ground ball to Diago.
Out!
And the Mets beat the Phillies and sweep the series 5-2. Final line score coming right up. So with that, the Mets sweep the series, and that's going to put the Phillies at 4. Phillies will go to 6-4, and the Mets will improve to 6-2 on that. So let me So the Mets go to 6-2. They have a 4-game winning streak now. And the Phillies are 1 game now out of first. And the Phillies have a 4-game losing streak. So with that and the Phillies, let's take a look here at the scoreboard before we get the standings. So with that, the Mets take over first place in the National League East. They improve to 6-2. The Mets go to 6 and the Phillies will go to 6-4 on that. So that is where they lock in right now after today's game. Let's take a look at the everything else here. Carlos Beltre gets his first home run. Diago will hit his second home run. Diamond easily hits a second home run. Carlos Nunez will pick up the win. Clay Connery will get the loss. Billy Wagner picks up his 5th save of the season. Let's take a look here. Carlos Nunez went 1 1/3 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 wild pitch, an ERA of a 3.92. Clay Connery will get the loss. He went 1/3 of an inning, allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 home runs, a 27.69. Billy Wagner will get the save. That's his 5th save of the season. Allowed 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, an ERA of a 2.57. So that's going to do it for us here at Shea Stadium as the Mets sweep the Phillies. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up on your way through the turnstiles and on your way to the 7 train and back home safely. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when I go live with new videos on the 2008 replay with the Phillies and Field of Dreams, and also when new videos get posted in the 2008 replay. Until then, I'm Scoony 007. We'll see you next time for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Legends, thank you for being the only person to join us today at this game. And until then, we'll see you.